Hey YouTube, this is Ish here with Beta Fish Facts on Tumblr and on YouTube. Some people were asking me how I do water changes in my tank, and I wanted to show you guys. So the first thing I do is lay out a towel in front of my desk here just so I don't get anything wet. And this is all I use here. I use a container, plastic container, a squeegee, and plastic tubing, airline tubing. And pretty much I just set it up front here, and pretty much what I do is I get the airline tubing and I siphon the water out of the tank into the container here, and while I'm siphoning it out I clean a bit of the substrate, a bit of the leaves, whatever I can pick, the debris. Right now I just chopped off my wisteria because it was getting pretty big and it was growing a lot, so I chopped it up and I made shortened it down and I spread it out. So it's a bit messy right now, and I'll be removing some debris that float around and whatnot. Like right here you can see some debris, but I'll show you guys right now. Alright, so pretty much you just put the airline tubing in and you just let this siphon out. Catch anything that you don't want in your tank, like right now I just caught some debris. I usually like to stir around the gravel a little bit in the bottom, just slightly. Sometimes there's dead leaves and stuff around the plant you want to catch. Here I found some dead leaves I'm sucking up with the airline tubing. And I love cleaning my tank this way just because it stresses my fish less, and I don't have to be moving things around. I don't have to carry a huge bucket and do water changes the old way, which is usually just get a container and take out water and throw it out. This makes the job a lot easier. Yeah, so just do this until you can get the debris you want out of here. The dirt, since I have dirt in my tank, sometimes I'll find dirt floating around. I'll try to catch as much as I can. If I see dirt on top of the gravel, I usually suck that up too. Alright, so the next thing I like to do is, after I remove some water from the tank, I like to just get the squeegee and just clean the glass here. You could also use the magnetic cleaners that people usually use that you could put on one side and clean the tank. But I usually like to do it this way just because I feel like I have a bit more control of my tank. So I like to do this, if it's not every day, I like to do it every 2 days just to maintain my glass clean. That's why you don't really see algae in my tank. If there is algae, there's probably some in the back just because it's harder to clean it like this. But on my side, the side of the aquarium, you don't see any algae in it. But this is probably the best way. I recommend you guys to clean your glass and don't let algae start blooming, because then it'll start spreading out pretty fast. If you have just started your dirted aquarium, sometimes you'll have the issue with having dirt full around the side of the tank. What I like to do with this squeegee is usually catch the dirt and just scoop it out and just pour it into the container. Like you can see some right here. You can see some dirt right here on the side. All you have to do is pretty much just catch it here with the squeegee. And you have it right there. Catch the dirt here and just take it off. It happens too sometimes whenever you change some plants around. Like when I changed my wisteria around, I had some dirt come out from underneath the gravel, and it floated up to the tank. So it's a really helpful way to minimize how much dirt is floating on in your tank. The last thing I like to do is you know, just basically pour in the water. I would suggest, if you are treating your water, is to pour in the water inside the container, the water and the chemicals inside the container, and mix them together before pouring them into the tank. That way when you pour them in the tank, they are already mixed up. You just pour it in. Also, if you have a dirty tank, I would suggest, if you have a way of pouring your water in, like I have this rock I usually pour my water onto, just so it doesn't stir my gravel around or anything. So I just pour it on there, that way the water just spreads around and I don't have to worry about it hitting the gravel and dirt flying everywhere. I usually try not messing around with the substrate too much. But I usually, you know, a lot of people usually use a plate or something that they put on there. So I've seen some people actually use their hand and pour the water on their hand. That way it just falls slower into the tank. But yeah, so that's how I clean my aquarium. It's fairly simple. Doesn't take long. It's pretty easy, and this is how I maintain my aquarium clean. I've been running it for like 2 months, and it has been this clean ever since I decided to maintain it this way. So yeah, let me know if you guys like my video. Make sure to like it and subscribe. And shout out to my brother, who's going to be 21 tomorrow. Thanks guys. Bye.